NBC Sports and the United States Golf Association proudly present the 122nd United States Women's Amateur Championship with uninterrupted coverage presented by Rolex. Summertime on the Puget Sound, nice place to be. Pacific Northwest, University Place, Washington, just outside Tacoma. 20 years ago, Chambers Bay was a sand and gravel mine. County executive with big dreams of hosting big championships helped to turn it into a golf course. Robert Trent Jones Jr. designed it, opened 2007. They moved 1.5 million cubic yards of material, and the scale of it is mind-boggling. 250 acres, 200 feet of elevation change, 7.5-mile walk through massive dunes with breathtaking views. Amazing what men and women can do, make the earth look like the moon, the state of Washington look like Ireland. 4th USGA championship at Chambers Bay. Jordan Spieth won the US Open 2015 here. Into the semis now. Match 1 with Annabelle Wilson trying to become the first from Ireland to win this championship. She'll face Canada's Monet Chun, standout at Michigan. The other semifinal, Saki Baba of Japan against another talented 17-year-old, Bailey Shoemaker of the United States. At stake, one of the oldest trophies in golf, and a spot in the U.S. Women's Open next year at Pebble Beach. Your name carved with the legends who've won it, like Suggs, Berg, Zaharias, Carner, Inkster, Daniel, Coe. The U.S. Women's Amateur Championship. Rich Lerner with Morgan Pressel. Now some of the early highlights, and trouble at the first for Annabelle Wilson.
I went for the green, missed it well right. Here whiffs her first chance, gets the next one down the hill, just tells Monet to pick it up.
All right, so the first time all week she had trailed in any match, but not for long, as she gets it right back. Ties the match with that birdie at number 2. Match number 2 now, Saki Baba against Bailey Shoemaker. Shoemaker for birdie at the first.
Yeah, Shoemaker knew she was going to have a tough test today against Saki Baba, and you got to get off to a good start.
Both of these teenagers made the cut at the U.S. Women's Open at Pine Needles. Baba one up with that birdie at the par 5 first. Now Shoemaker at the third. This for par to tie the hole.
She's been so solid with her putter this week, Rich, but that's a tough blow.
All right, and a look at our marquee matches presented by Rolex. Just keep this in mind. Players taking the first lead in any match this week have gone on to win 82% of the time. Baba trying to become the first from Japan since Michiko Hattori in 1985 to win the U.S. Women's Amateur.
Just got it out far this week.
Wow. I think she thought that was in.
So she
did not hit a very good wedge shot in here yesterday.
Tracer technology, courtesy Lexus.
All right.
Oh, that's going to be really tough. That's going to have so much left to right break as fast as we saw.
That's not a good line. Needs a hold right there.
Again, Jim just very methodical.
Quick backstroke.
Wonder if she were to win this match if she didn't fight him up to Pebble Beach.
Makes sense.
And use a little bit of the backstop there behind the hole location, but not ideal to go beyond that.
It didn't go much.
That is just.
That's coming in with a little lower flight than Baba's was.
Gonna try and use that backstop if it doesn't rest on top.
Birdie at 7.
Coming down the slope, might move a little to her right. Decent speed early. Actually, a lot of speed.
Yeah, and
late.
that's just what's going to happen, Jim. You're going to start to press. You're 4 down. Your opponent's in there. Just push that one a little bit as well.
Her third shot.
Yep, 130 ball's a little above feet. Makes it go a little bit left in. The wind a little left. Hole is down in a little bit of a valley.
She's trying to use the
kick,
slope.
and that does not carry enough, Morgan.
Yeah, let's see where this ends up. It's still going to be a bit of a tricky shot. Still going to have to negotiate.
Needs a spin. Come off the slope some.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things where she didn't.
Right area where right around these greens about 30 yards short, so you have to be precise with this.
Pretty.
Pretty precise.
Well, we saw her chip in on
To
7.
the back of the green.
Still standing over her putts for a long time today.
And just as I said, she was speeding up.
Didn't give it enough pace.
Now she's kind of popping it just a tad, not as good a rhythm.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, Doris got a look. I like that about her. That's going left. I mean, over where it was yesterday. Oh, bunker.
Yeah, and that could plug, as we've seen. It's heavy sand. We've seen quite a few plugged.
Back in the wind. A little cooler, so maybe an extra club. That's not a really good line if it's the right club.
Yeah. And that was just a mistake there for Bailey. She's got the tee and opportunity.
In between her and the hole, may have to go up that slope to the left. Pretty decent lie, though.
It's just tough. It's gravelly sand. It's the original sand that was here on the property, and it's just tough to get spin.
Lot higher flight. That gets up a little, could be really good. For Baba, she's just thinking pars are good. You got to force Bailey to make some birdies.
You can't.
How do you beat that?
Just tremendous play. She's made one mistake, which ended up being 2021, obviously, in Tokyo. Japan put a big push for their young golfers. And I think we're going to see the efforts of that for years to come.
Oh, how good is this if it comes off the slope? This could be really good.
It's probably going to funnel back just to that low area there, but what a tremendous shot. She likes this hole, Jim.
Shoemaker now at the 12th.
That's up the right side. Not as much speed in that swing as Baba's, though.
Right, these players looking for their.
Oh, just hit that one.
Good line.
Just slowing up the hill.
Story of the day. Just didn't quite have it. And that'll do it. Saki Baba is into the finals of the U.S. Women's Amateur. Maybe another great young Japanese female amateur has arrived. Remember, Tsubasa Kachitani won the Augusta National Women's Amateur a year ago.
This last couple of days, especially the last two, you've played so well.
ここ2日間すごくいいラウンドだったけど、それの元は何ですか？
元はshort game. Yeah, good.
Short game has been very good. What will you do the rest of the day to prepare? Will you practice? Will you get some rest?
今日この後何しますか？何しますか？
Eat lunch.
Hit the short game. You said you're going to get some sleep.
Yeah.
All right, good luck tomorrow. Back to you guys.
Saki Baba. Talented. Having some fun with Jimmy. That's what it's all about when you're 17.
She's going with the longer of the two clubs, trying to control something here. It's a little bit of a runoff behind. It's a questionable play to a back pin. Normally you wouldn't go with the longer of two clubs. Keep something a little bit to the right. Smart play with her opponent over the green. Start to press.
That was the 4 shot for Annabelle Wilson at the 5th K and making a little bit of a mess of this hole.
Yeah, thinned her 3rd from over the green back across the green into that front bunker. You just saw her 4th again thinned, going to concede the hole. So just a sequence of very poor shots.
So the second time in the first 5 holes, Wilson has conceded to Monet Chun. Chun now 1 up as they move over to 6.
The USGA has had an outstanding 2022. Lots of momentum. Par putt now for Wilson, no. So Chun with 2 putts more going to win the hole.
As her teammate in Michigan, she said she will chip from even 2 inches off the green because she statistically is a better chipper and has a better chance chipping than she does putting.
Wow.
I'm not totally sure that called for it.
The only thing I could think of is that she's trying to maybe put a little bit of spin on the ball.
All right, this to win the hole for Chun.
5 feet here, moving right to left the whole way. She got a good look from her opponent's putt, but that's just a bad stroke.
That'll feel like a lost hole.
Ms. Wilson, 5. Ms. Chung, 5. The match, or Ms. Chung remains 1 up.
Not an easy putt by any means. A little right to left initially, but the bulk of the break is left to right. Quite steep downhill. Flattens out a little as you get close to the hole. Really good judge right there for speed.
Chun for par at 7.
Just 12 feet here, moving left to right the whole way. She came out of that last putt a little bit. Needs to stay down, committed to her line.
Oh, how about that 4?
That was tremendous right there. Playing smart out of the bunker, playing to her strength of her short game. Excellent roll and bounce back after giving the last hole away.
Wilson to tie the 7th. All right, both in with 4. Monet Chun maintaining that 1-up lead.
Looks like she's aimed well right here, Julia.
Yeah, she has been aiming a little bit right, maybe pulling them a little bit left right now, but that was a beautiful shot.
Heck of a result. Going to get a little better.
Appeared to be aiming about 3 inches right of the hole.
There's a big backstop behind from this lower tee that you can use to this hole location.
Teeny little bit of breeze blowing right to left. This is left of the flag.
See right there?
Oh.
And deep.
And really deep. That may end up down where the hole was located the other day.
Did things that all of her old wins, things that she does really well to give her a lot more confidence. And I think we've seen the results of that effort here so far this week.
How about the amount of breaks she had to play there at the 9th?
This to force her opponent to have to make the shorter birdie putt. And that's her second 3 putt today.
Yeah, that was just a mistake on placement on the first shot there. She didn't hit.
Really have to have a nice touch. But then she gets to see herself make a putt, so that's the reverse.
That would be my angle. I wouldn't give her that. I wouldn't have her have that confidence of seeing another putt go in. That was a tough one down the hill.
It's an intimidating hole. That's a high shot, trying to draw it a little bit, staying straight.
Excellent.
This pin. It's just headed a little left. It's a pull. Oh.
Yeah, she's going to come down towards the right side of this green. Getting away with it. And Annabelle, as you mentioned, Julia, I mean, it's just past the hole, so that's a tough spot.
Pure.
Downhill right to left putt. This for her second birdie today.
Okay. A little fist bump right there. And now one down.
She is very independent and has a very high level of ownership over her own game.
That's great speed, Morgan.
Par conceded.
No. Oh, she almost got away with that. Just kind of, she didn't really accelerate through that, did she?
She came out of it really early. I thought she didn't give it enough pace.
That one looked pretty solid. Oh, boy. And it didn't have that left to right break, Morgan.
No, she's not. It's not. She's moving in now, but
I would have been standing quite a bit further behind Monet and a little bit off to the side of the line.
No, that was weak effort. She
just looked like she was playing a lot of break and then didn't commit to that line and helped it. This is the tendency for a right-hander, Kay.
Just shows you how hard those downhill sliders are. Nobody likes them.
Ooh. Sneaks that one in there, Julia.
Wilson, one down.
Miss Chung 4, Miss Chung remains one up.
Her third.
Kind of looked like, again, there she was aimed a little bit right and tugged it, which can tend to do. Her lines just look to be a touch off. Being blind makes it that much harder to judge her distance control.
Yeah, her last bunker shot was the skull across the green. That one coming up well short. That's not going to be an easy putt.
She hasn't been flawless with her long-range pace.
No, she hasn't. She's had...
Oh, she's going to miss that mound. Is that going to come all the way back?
Yep, it's coming back, and she's already had 3 3-putts today.
the hill her feet are standing on is going to pull this ball initially to her left, and it might come back a little bit.
And she does. And to your point, Morgan.
Miss Wilson 6, Miss Chung 5, Miss Chung is now 2 up.
Being in these tough positions doesn't really seem to faze her very much.
Not at all. She just stepped into that bunker and hit a beautiful shot.
Tremendous. Didn't even need to use that slope that Jim showed us, and watch how steady she is here with her lower body. And as Julia mentioned, a little bit steeper in her swing. That really helps her in these fairway bunkers get a lot of height.
A little better. This with the gap wedge.
Go. Go. Go.
Okay, good response. 2 down. Chun.
Well, Matt Wilson, our coach, just texted me, cool as a cucumber. I think that sums it up pretty well right there. Oh, really showed something there.
Nails. Good stuff right there.
Our alignment looks a little bit better here, Julia.
Yeah, this is tugged a little left. Needs to stay out of that bunker.
Oh, huge opening right now for Annabelle. Jimmy might need to get back there with that rake.
Really nice rhythm to that swing. She has pulled it a bit too much. Oh, goodness, you can't
Nelly,
do that.
That's got to stop there.
I mean, look at how small that bunker is. And they both are in there? Jim, got to get back to that 15th tee, 15th green. They need you.
And not really using the slope as much as she could.
I mean, honestly, both of those shots are probably just about as good as they could do. You just can't miss it there.
It'll be a disappointing four for Annabelle.
A little bit of a gift from both sides there, Steve.
Chun remains 2 up.
Yep.
Well, that sounded good.
What a shot.
Just had a beautiful sound to it.
That was in this situation with her back up against the wall. What a shot. Last 3 holes. Let's see if she can make the proper adjustments.
And this is headed a little right. Might catch the edge.
Not surprising to see her miss that a little bit to the right there. No, that was pretty average right there. It's a good-looking stroke there, Kay. Just played a fraction too much break. She committed to her line and I think hit it right where she wanted to.
Solid.
Miss Wilson 4, Miss Chun 4. Miss Chun remains 2 up with 2 to play.
This is another little tug to the left, but she can use this slope.
Yeah, that's the place to miss it here. It is a little bit of her miss, a little bit of a pull draw, which we have seen as the pressure has mounted here on this back 9.
This looks like a really good line if it's the right yardage.
It is. Well done, Annabelle Wilson.
She stuffed it here yesterday. Used the slope yesterday to get it close to the hole, but what a shot.
That's a very good effort, though.
Oh, she pulled it a little. She pulled it just a tad, maybe a little misread. I think it came back to the right, but it came back to the right after the hole.
There it is.
Wilson 3, Chun 3. Chun wins the match 2-1.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I will tomorrow, yeah.
Morgan, I go back to the birdie she made at 14. You thought that could be a change of momentum considering where her tee shot ended up in that fairway bunker. There are moments on every hole you can say that was huge, but that's the one that jumps out to me.
Monet, congratulations on an incredible match. What do you think the key was today to get this done?
I really think I'm just going out there making a lot of pars today. Just keeping it steady was really important out there.
That shot on 14 was maybe the shot of the round today. What was going through your head over that? Did you know that you could do that?
I just picked a spot. I tried to hit there as best as possible, and it kind of worked out. So, yeah, I'm happy about it.
Will you change your approach going into tomorrow at all, or will you just keep doing what you've been doing?
Yeah, no, I think keeping what I've been doing, trying not make as many mistakes as possible and make as many putts as possible. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, enjoy it tomorrow. Good luck.